everyone, welcome back to my channel, So Little Time. My name is Karen. So I just want to firstly say thank you ever so much to everyone who's watched my last vlog. I just seem to have had a splurge of new followers and lots of views on that particular video. So I just really want to say thank you ever so much for tuning in and watching. It does really mean a lot to me, and all the people that have recently subscribed as well. And also I just want to say that today I have actually got a microphone on, so I'm hoping that the people who have commented to say that my voice hasn't come across very strongly, it is now loud enough for you to hear, and obviously you're now viewing my videos in full screen as well, so fingers crossed I'm starting to get there with my vlogging. And also the next vlog that I will be uploading will be obviously all of the makes that I've made during January, and when I attached the microphone for that vlog I had it on back to front because I didn't want it on show, to be honest, but then it was scratching against my clothes, so at the start it is a little bit scratchy, so I do apologise for that when you do come to watch that one. So this one I've got it on the outside, so hopefully you won't hear any rustling, but it is wired to my phone, so I'm going to try and manoeuvre around it without knocking my phone off its stand. So today the vlog that I'm bringing to you is to go through my pattern and fabric stash, and I've actually paired up all of my fabrics with the patterns that I've chosen for those fabrics, so I thought I'd go through those with you because you might be interested. So first of all I'm going to start with Tilly the Buttons book, Love at First Stitch, and this is her first book that she brought out. And I've always loved the Megan dress that's in it, so if you can see that. And I really like the fabric that she's actually used for that dress on there as well. And I found some fabric, I think it was from Barry's in Birmingham, and it's a very light pink gingham. So very, very small checked, and it's got a little bit of stretch to this, so it's definitely a cotton because it is quite thick, but it's definitely got a little bit of stretch to it, so I think it would be suitable for the Megan dress because it's got that little bit of give. If I can, there you'll see there's quite a bit of stretch in that, so it should make it quite comfortable. So I'd like to make that one into the Megan dress, so that's that fabric. And then also in Tilly the Buttons Love at First Stitch book, I've also always really liked the Lilou dress here, and the fabric that I think I'd like to use that you've seen before, which is this one that I picked up when I went to the Sew meetup, and this was in the fabric sort of giveaway where everybody was putting all the fabrics that they didn't want, so that, like the fabric swap as such. And I'm going to use that to make the Lilou dress. And I've seen lots of people make different versions of that because there are a couple of variations of that one. I think you can have a gathered skirt and a pleated skirt on there, and also a sweetheart neckline. So I'm just going to go with the scoop neckline, and I'm not decided yet whether it be the gathered skirt or the pleated skirt. So I'll see how I get on with that. So that's that fabric. And then I had this fabric for my birthday, not last year, but the year before, and it's a Scuba fabric with this gorgeous floral print on it, with a lilac background. And I've not used Scuba before, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be very similar to working with Ponte fabric, I'm thinking. Yeah, and it actually feels very similar to my summer version of the Coco dress that I made with the fabric that I got from the charity shop. So I think it might be similar to working with that as well, but it's quite thick, so it won't need lining. So that's going to be a Coco dress. And I think I'll probably do either the 3/4 length sleeves with that or the full length sleeves, because I would like to have that sort of more of an evening-y kind of going out for dinner dress rather than a summer dress. And that's the Coco pattern. And then this fabric that I also got when I was on the Sew meetup in Birmingham was obviously this African wax print that I've shown you before. And I have recently been onto Emily's YouTube account where she shows you how to care for it, and I think you have to soak it in 250 ml of white vinegar, and it has to be white. So I'm going to do that, and I think you have to soak it overnight and then you wash it on a normal cycle, and then hopefully it locks the colour in. I think that's what the vinegar does, so hopefully it won't run Yeah, and then it will soften up on a normal wash. So I'm looking forward to using that. Now this fabric I'm going to use to make the Sew Over It Betty dress. I think it would just really showcase the fabric off, you know, because it's got quite a large print on it. And because it's a full skirt, it's not panelled, as you can see here. It's a full skirt. Yeah, you're not going to break up the pattern. So I think that would work really well for that one. And there is quite a lot of fabrics. There's 6 yards in this bundle here. So I might actually be able to get another sort of dress out of that, but I'm not sure what I will use it for yet. And then the next fabric I've got is this gorgeous, I think it's a crepe. And I got this from John Lewis, and I've had this a couple of years now, and I daren't cut into it until I make a toile. And I've decided that I'm actually going to use it for the Sew Over It Ultimate Shift dress. And I think I will probably go with one with the sleeves, actually. I think, yeah, that would look really nice to showcase this fabric off. Again, won't break up the pattern because it's, I think it has got a back seam, but on the front it hasn't got any seams, so it will really show that fabric off. But I'm going to do a toile of that because obviously I've heard about the under the arms being tight. Yeah, so that's that gorgeous fabric. I think it's a crepe. It feels like it. You know, it's got that sort of wrinkly kind of textured feel to it. And then this fabric, which is what I won when I did the 1 week, 1 pattern challenge, is this gorgeous floral fabric from Sewisfaction. And this is definitely going to be a Colette Moneta dress. So I'll show you that here. I've made a couple before, and I'm going to do the one with just the scoop neck and the 3/4 length sleeves where they kind of come down to just above your elbow. And I think that would just look really nice in that dress. And then the next fabric I've had this from Dunelm for ages. It's just a black and white sort of ditzy floral, leafy fabric, just a standard cotton that I got from Dunelm ages ago. And it's just been sat in my stash for so long. And it's going to be the Colette Laurel. And I want to use it as a toile really to get the fit right. And I'm going to do the one with the fluted sleeves here. I'm not going to line it or anything, so it'll just be a plain sort of cotton dress ready for the summer. Yeah, and I like the fluted sleeves on that. I think it'll just make it look really pretty. And then I got this fabric from, I think it was from Sew Me Sunshine. I'll confirm in the comments below, but I bought this in the summer this year. And it's this lovely, I can't remember what the actual fabric is called, you know, what it is, but it's a very lightweight, it might be a viscose, it's very drapey when it's opened out, and yeah, I don't know how slippery it will be to work with, so that would be interesting, but I have washed it. It's a little bit crinkled, I've not even ironed it yet. It did get a bit frayed when it was on the washing line because it was a really windy day and I shouldn't have really hung it out that day, but I did. Anyway, that's going to be turned into the New Look 6446 jumpsuit. So I'm going to do this version, and like I said before, I probably might lengthen the culotte section there, and I'll see how I get on with that. But I know that other people have used this type of fabric to make that jumpsuit, so I know it does work for that pattern, but I'll have to see how I get on with it. And then this is kind of a sneak preview ready for my February make. So this is going to be the Lilou Carnaby dress, and I'm going to be doing a sew along in February. So. Well, kind of a sew along. I'm going to film it in February and then you'll see it at the end made up, and also you'll be able to go through sort of the video and have a look how I've done certain bits of it, which has been requested. So I got this fabric from Guthrie Ghani, and it's a lovely grey background. I think it's just a cotton, which I don't mind for the Carnaby because I think it works okay with that because it'll give it some structure. Yeah, and it's a really nice sort of muted tone fabric, so not too in your face, nice pinks, and there's a few little bits of mustard here, so that should work quite well. So that's the Lilou Carnaby dress, which is ready for next month to sew, so I just need to get that washed. And then I've got this from Guthrie Ghani as well, and it's this gorgeous mustard Ponte fabric, and that is going to be turned into the Blackwood cardigan by Helen's Closet. And again, I'll do the long version as I've done before, which I'm wearing today. And I won't put the pockets on or anything, I'll just keep it sleek. And I think that will go really well actually with that together with, it should pick out the mustard tones in that. And I also think it would go really nicely with this as well, because it's got the mustard in there, if you see. So I know that I'll get a lot of wear out of that. When I first bought it, I thought, gosh, it's quite yellow, but actually no, I like bright colours, and I think that'll look really nice with that. So that's going to be, yeah, the Blackwood cardigan. I bought this from Ikea, and it's actually just like a throw, but I'm going to use this to make a sort of Bolero cardigan. And the fabric is sort of fleecy, if I come in and show you there. So it's quite fleecy on there. And I think that'd just be nice to throw on when you're a little bit cold over anything that you're wearing, really. And the pattern is in this book that I've got called Simply Sewn. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the author's name. I'll just bring it into you. I don't know if you can see that there. But that's the author's name, and I'll put the details in the description box below. But my sister-in-law had this book, and I had a browse through it when I was at her house a while ago. And initially I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I like these kind of patterns in here. They're a bit, I don't know, just not really my style. But then the more I looked at it, I thought, no, actually I do quite like a few things. And I'll show you the Bolero cardigan in it. There's two versions. There's one here which is done in a sort of jersey material. I'm trying to get that so you can see. And it's just made of like out of an oblong of fabric, and then you sew it in a certain way so that you create arms. So it's kind of like it drops down at the back. There's another picture here at the back where it's made out of wool, and that looks really nice as well. So I'll just try and find that picture for you to see. Here she's got it on in a wool, so that looks quite smart. And I just think it looked really nice. So I'm going to try it out and see how it is. It's one size fits most, so we'll see how I get on with that. So that's that fabric. So I think that's actually all the fabrics that I've got lined up for patterns. And then I've got a few that I wanted to show you, which I haven't decided what I'm going to do with, because I just don't know what I want to do with them. And I bought this fabric from Crafty Sew So in Leicester. It's gorgeous. I really like the floral on it, and I like the dark blue background. It's very similar to that sort of crepe from John Lewis that I bought. But this, it's really, really flimsy. So I don't know what it is. It's not see-through. And I think it would probably be perfect for like a pussy bow blouse, but I am not a blouse person whatsoever. I just will not wear blouses. So I really don't know what I'm going to make with that. And I don't know how I'm going to get on with the movement of it either. I had a viscose chalice one time, and I made a top out of it, and it wasn't suitable for the top that I made. And I just had a nightmare with that fabric. And in the end, I just gave it to somebody else. I couldn't bear it. And I don't know if this is going to be the same, because it does feel the same as that viscose chalice. So it could be that this is a viscose. So if you have any ideas of what I could use this for, I think there is about 2 metres there. It was actually a remnant from Crafty Sew So. Yeah, so I just don't know what I'm going to make with that. No, I don't know if it's going to be too drapey for the Tilly and the Buttons Stevie dress. So if you have made the Stevie dress before in something like this, tell me if it works, because then I will use that for this for the summer, because I think it would be nice and lightweight, airy, and if I don't like walking around in it, I'll just use it for on the beach or something in the summer. And then I've got this fabric left over from my Sew Over It kimono, and this is I think this is a crepe, which I got from Guthrie Ghani. It's like an oriental kind of theme. It's got lovely fish on it there, and I think I might have enough there for an Ogden cami, so I think that is what that will be turned into, but I won't be pairing it with the kimono because it'll look a bit too matchy. So the Ogden cami, I think, for that I've got left of that. See if I can fit it on anyway. And then I've had this fabric, which is what I picked up from Barry's in Birmingham. And again, it was in the remnant bin. I think I should stop picking up remnants because I never know what I want to do with them. And I don't know what this fabric is, but it's got this white fleck through it. There's no stretch in it whatsoever. It's quite thin. It's a little bit linen-y E a little bit, so I don't really know what to do with that. Now I think there's only about 1 metre there, so I haven't got a lot to play with. So again, if you've got any ideas of what I can do with that, that would be really helpful. Yeah, I was going to initially think about turning it into the Miette skirt by tilling the buttons, but there's not enough, because I think that would have made quite a nice drapey version. But other than that, if you can think of something for me, that would be great. And also I bought this fabric from Guthrie Ghani, and this is a peach skin with, turn it up the right way, these mustard flamingos or pelicans on it, and a navy blue background. And I initially bought it to do the tilling the buttons bateen, but I've gone off that idea. And the reason being is because I think it would make me look like I work in a travel agent or a bank, and I don't work at the minute, so I don't want to look like I'm wearing a uniform, or any kind of workwear, because I don't feel the need to make anything for work, as I'm not going to be going back to work for a little while, at least until all my boys are at school anyway. So yeah, I'm not looking to do anything like that. So I have no idea what to do with it, and I have 2 metres, so a good amount again to play with. And I know Amanda at I Sew a Lot, she's made, I think, the Susie blouse by Sew Over It in the other colourway, with the mustard and the birds of blue, and that looks really nice. And I have got the Susie blouse pattern, but again, I don't know if that's going to look a little bit too workwear. So again, if you've got any ideas of what I could make this into, that would be great. I do have the Tilling the Buttons Aula pattern, which I've not used yet, and I'd like to make probably the long sleeved sort of, I know this is a blouse, the long sleeve version. I don't know if I'm keen on that style of collar, so I'll probably just do like a Peter Pan collar on it. But, and again, I'm not overly keen on like visible zips, to be honest. I quite like them to be invisible, but I think sometimes they can be quite fun, I suppose. So that would make this more of a funky blouse. So yeah, I could probably make something, you know, maybe use that to make that. I don't know. I could use it as a toile, but there's 2 metres there, so it's quite a lot of fabric to use. So again, yeah, please just let me know any ideas. And then I have showed you this before, and this is fabric that I got when I was at Sobrum, another remnant that I picked up when I was in Barry's, and it's this green fabric which has got that sheen on one side. If I can show you. So there's the sheen on one side, and then it's quite matte on the other. And I was initially thinking of a Morris blazer, but I don't think that's going to work, because I do think you need a bit of stretch in that. So if you again can think of anything I could use that for, otherwise it would just be turned into a skirt or something that doesn't need any stretch. But there is quite a generous amount that I have there. I definitely think there's more than 1 metre, maybe 1.5 metres, not quite 2, I don't think. Yeah, and then, so that's all I've got out of all my, so I haven't got a massive fabric stash, as you can see, so a lot of people have it like floor to the ceiling. And I know Keely of Voice of a Creative, she recently went through a whole her pattern stash. I was like, wow, can't believe you've got so many. I've been wanting to get on with that. And she had some beautiful fabrics there. And I know she's been to like So Amazing's shop opening, and she's bought some more, which makes me laugh. Yeah, so that's that. And then I entered another sort of competition giveaway on Instagram. Loubodu Fabrics said to tag somebody who inspires you, and I obviously tagged Amanda at I Sew a Lot because she sews so many beautiful things, and I've watched her vlogs from the very beginning. She's also got twin boys like me, so I get inspiration from my twin boys because hers are slightly older. And so I tagged her, and we won. So that's twice I've won a giveaway, which has been amazing. And also it came at a really nice time, because this month, I'm going to try not to tear up here, but I lost my nan, and she's been in a home now for a couple of years. And yeah, things got really quite bad at the end. So yeah, I saw her just after the day after her birthday, actually after Christmas, and I'm really glad that I saw her, because she seemed then to be as fit as a fiddle. And yeah, she was. It was really nice to have a chat with her and just to see her in good spirits. So I didn't see her before she went downhill. But yeah, so I lost her a couple of weeks ago, and her funeral's this week. So anyway, I entered this giveaway, and I obviously found out I won. and so that really lifted my spirits. So thank you so much, Loubodu Fabrics. You don't know how much that meant to me, and I'm really glad that Amanda from I Sew A Lot, she also got to have some fabric. So it's a fabric bundle. She actually sent out 2 jersey kind of fabrics, and I emailed her just to give her an idea of what I liked off her website, and she sent me, and I said just choose whichever out of the ones that I've picked, I don't mind. So she sent me 2, and this one is this stripy sharp fabric, and it's actually a French terry. On the back, it's so soft. I've never used French terry before, so I'm going to turn that into some kind of sweatshirt or hoodie for my eldest son. He saw that and was like, I want that one. And then she sent me this jersey fabric, which is just a standard jersey with these scooters on. So again, I'm going to make another kind of sweatshirt top for my twins, or maybe my older one might, my eldest might get another top. But I've been looking at the there's a free pattern that you can get for a hoodie on Brindle and Twig's website, and that looks quite good, so I might use that. But Amanda at I Sew A Lot, she also said that she quite likes the Rowan tee. I think it's by Titchy Threads, the Rowan t-shirt. I think that's right, so I might try that one out as well, so I'll see what I can find. But yeah, that was really lovely to receive those. So I received those Saturday morning. I'd forgotten about it, and they arrived in the post. My husband didn't even say that the postman had been. I just came downstairs, and there was this package there. I was like, oh, that's for me! Excellent! Yes, that was a nice surprise. And then the last fabric that I've got to show you, which I've showed you in my previous vlog, it's this jersey fabric, Ponte fabric from Crafty Sew So, and I'm making that into the Coco top for my mum. So the pattern's already cut out for her, and I've just got to get on with sewing it. So I've got 1 week left of January to get that done, and then I'll be able to show you my January makes. Yeah, so that's it for this vlog. So thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the content. Please like and subscribe. It means ever such a lot to me. I hope you can hear me well on this video as well, so please let me know if there is still a problem. Yeah, and I'll see you next time with my January makes, and then I'll be coming to you with my February plan. Thanks ever so much then. See you next time. Bye.